Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. I was talking to a friend of mine this morning and he's been trading ASTER using Quadzilla, our indicator, and he's been doing really well actually, just doing small, short scalps actually. So I thought I'd take a look at it and see what it might do next. So obviously on the daily time frame, there's nothing to look at really because it's only like 7 days old, maybe 6, I'm not sure. But there's, what we got, we've got 7 daily candles. So Quadzilla hasn't even kicked in at all because there's no EMAs to show and there's no stochastic thingies to show either. So let's look on a smaller time frame like the 1 hour. Okay, so it started to draw in some EMAs. So the green one is a 55 EMA, exponential moving average, and the yellow one is a 21 EMA. Now they are actually turning over a bit and coming towards each other, but I wouldn't say that they're necessarily going to cross at any point. If they did, that would normally be a sign that the prices are going to come down quite rapidly. But I would say at the moment it doesn't quite look like that. You know, the 21 could curl back up any moment now and save the day. Let's see if we can see any trend lines. Now, looking at it on the 1 hour time frame, I suppose we could, draw in this line of support here at the bottom. That's valid because that's got like 3 touch points, so that can be a line of support. And at the top, there's only really like 2 touch points there, so that's not particularly relevant. What might be better is some sort of level more like that it needs to get above, but really there's so little price history here, it's really hard to say, isn't it? But let's leave those there for the moment and put Quadzilla back on and maybe go to a lower time frame like the 30-minute. And it does actually look, by the way, like it is starting to break below that area there. Now, the thing I always think about trend lines is people are going to say, oh, no, that's not right then. You should be going from, that point there, in which case it looks more like that and it's okay. Either way, let's go right down to the 1 minute and see what we can see. Now, at the moment, that line I drew there is confusing me, so I'm just going to make that a different colour. Let's make it sort of pink. So we have got these levels here, okay, which you would normally expect the price to return to, just like it did here. But they are bearish ones, so that means that when the price gets there, it will probably overshoot slightly, then come back down again. Something like the 12-minute shows a clearer retracement level there at $2.2. So that might be an interesting level as well. So I'd say for the moment it's either going to break down and die completely, which I don't think will happen because it's a kind of Binance type token, or it will push back up there, and then if it breaks through that level there, we should go higher. But then do look out for actually creating this trend line properly by maybe going back up here, possibly hitting that, then coming back down again. This pattern here is actually a bearish pattern. So at some point it could just drop out there and come right down. But the thing is, it's a brand new token. It's really hard to say what it's going to do because there's just no history to it. But what I was saying to my friend was that, he'd been shorting this on the way down and I'd seen these kind of like, these levels here and this nice drop here. And, these kind of like little stair stepping down. But I think when we get into this area here, it might start to go back up there and we might sort of reclaim those levels there. But after that, it could easily come back down here again. So, it's very hard to say, like I say. Now, I'm not sure if to make this video into a sort of what ASTER might do kind of video or just one to sort of show off what the indicator does. I'm tempted to do the latter, actually. So I think what I might do first of all is just try and draw in this trend line exactly on the candle wicks and just see how it looks. So I might just zoom in on the 1 minute time frame and fix that. So I've got it exactly there, which actually touches there as well. So this is looking more valid. And then that one in the middle touches quite nice there. And this one here touches there. Okay, so we do have a little bounce. Now that first retracement has been done. But the thing is, because that's a bearish retracement there, we should actually see it pull down next. I've got to go out for an hour or so let's see what happens. But I think that should make the price go down now. Yeah, so it's about an hour and a half later now, and you can see, yeah, that did in fact work out like that, and the price came down quite rapidly, quite good actually, all the way down to here. Now at this point here, on the momentum oscillator down here, we've got this green super up arrow. Let me just show you that. It's this green arrow here. Okay, now that means that the asset at that point is very, very oversold, and you're probably going to see a bit of a bounce, and that's indeed what happened. Okay, so we came back up here, at which point you get a red background there, which then means that the asset is oversold. So down we came again, and then you've got a green background here, which means we're going back up. You know, so even if you don't get these retracement levels, you're getting these clues down here with these red and green bands in the momentum oscillator. So, you know, it makes life very, very easy, I must admit. So it looks like we have kind of broken that support, but then we're going back up. So I wonder if I've not drawn that quite correctly. How does that look if I was to draw that? I don't know. I don't like doing this, but let's say like that. Is that still valid in the middle? Not really. And at this end, yeah. You see, so it's not perfect. I mean, I honestly don't think trend lines are that much use on an asset that's only 6 days old. But let's see what happens. So, in fact, what did happen was a pretty classic Quadzilla move, actually. So this is what we refer to as like step 1, because as the price was going up, we got this green retracement line here. Okay, so that means the price is going to go up anyway, so the price went up. Then step 2 is when the price retraces to that line, which is what it did, and then because it's a green bullish retracement line, that means that you get step 3, which is this one here. So the price went up. Okay, it's coming back down a little bit now, but that is a classic 1, 2, 3 step Quadzilla move. Now, you can see the probability of these things if you go to the settings of Quadzilla and you put on the statistics here. And then you can see that in the bullish case, which is this one here, since the 19th of September, because it's a new coin, there's been 67 of these bullish retracements, and 94% of those have completed step 2, so they've retraced, and 94% have actually done the step 3 as well. So straight away you can actually see how likely this is that it's going to happen. Now obviously trading like this on the 1 minute chart is only for someone who's like a serious scalper who's going to sit there all day looking at these minuscule moves. But the theory is the same, and that will work as well for like the 1 hour time frame, or even the 4 hour or the daily, whatever. Now at the moment the price is coming down, okay? So the chances are we're going to come down to this level here, which will complete the action of this retracement here. Now because this one's a bearish one, the price will probably come down. So it looks like we could again come down here and then maybe bounce there. Anyway, I hope you're seeing the power of Quadzilla. If you're interested in getting this, go to savewithcrypto.org/QZ and we'll see you on the other side. But for now, trade safe. Be careful at the end of this month, because I think we're going to see some pretty crazy moves before we do finally see some very bullish action in the next month or so. That's what I think anyway, so I'd love to know what you think, so please do let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, please do make sure that you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set on all. Do remember to give the video a great big fat like, and above all, tell your friends.